Republicans are looking at a Republican nominee who many of them say isn't qualified to be president, much less appoint somebody. And it seems to me that they'd be better off going ahead and giving a hearing and a vote to somebody that they themselves in the past have said is well qualified, is fair.
There you have President Obama blasting Donald Trump yesterday, saying he is unqualified to appoint a Supreme Court justice. But is Obama simply trying to lay out the merits of Merrick Garland once again, or is he worried that a Trump White House is inevitable? Fox News legal analyst Peter Johnson Jr. joins us live.
Things are so bizarre nowadays. So it seems like the president is saying, well, it appears to be inevitable or likely or really possible that Donald Trump is going to be the nominee. And if some of you Republicans are as upset with him as you say you are, maybe you're better off with my appointment, Merrick Garland, to the Supreme Court than Donald Trump, who President Obama says is unqualified to pick the nominee. And
what makes him unqualified?
Well, because he says he is. Because he says at a college graduation that Donald Trump is ignorant, that the people who voted for Donald Trump are ignorant, that Republican voters are ignorant in primaries. I mean, if I was at a graduation and I'm seeing my daughter or son at a graduation, and then I hear this attack by the President of the United States that this other guy is ignorant, I'd say, what is this about?
I wanted an inspiring send-off, not this.
What he's playing on is the weakness of the Republican establishment that is afraid to take a position with regard to Donald Trump. And so they're leaving Donald Trump in the wind and saying, well, we're going to unify, we're going to meet, the policy people are going to meet, we're going to educate you, reform you, Donald Trump, we're going to school you in the ways of Washington and trim your sails a little bit in a way that will conform to what we believe. You know, they have an 8 or 9% approval rating in Congress or something like that. People love the American Congress. So Donald Trump is trapped at this point in this mire of Washington Republican muck. In some sense, he would have been better off in a hard-fought primary.
Still going on.
And so the president is taking advantage of the weakness of the Republican Party in supporting Donald Trump. So Donald Trump, and I know he gets lots of advice, but he needs to step out again in terms of who he is, what he does, and how he positions himself going forward. If these folks are not going to be for him, he knows that a huge percentage of the American people are on the Republican, Independents, and even some Democrats, and so he's got to sail the path that he needs to sail going forward, because now even the president is joining with the Republicans to kind of give Trump a hard time about his bona fides.
Well, let's see what happens.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, Peter Johnson Jr., thank you for the analysis.